Hey, what's up, guys? This is David Chase Taylor of 911truther.org. Today is May 5th, 2023. So, based on breaking news and events, it appears that CIA headquarters located beneath CERN at Lake Geneva in Switzerland is going to stage apocalyptic attacks, bombings, natural disasters, and or terror events surrounding the coronation of one King Charles III of England. So exactly what is planned for the date of May 6th, Saturday, 2023 is obviously not known, but it appears that the CIA is going to stage a nuclear attack on the city of London, most likely via the SpaceX Starship rocket, which took off from Boca Chica, Florida, back on April 20th of 2023. So if you'll recall, the largest rocket ever, I believe, to ever take flight, lifted off and shortly after disappeared in a cloud of smoke, which is called a smoke screen. And this is just conjecture, but my personal opinion is that this rocket, this mammoth rocket, is actually a double-decker rocket with two individual rockets stacked on top of each other that split sometime after liftoff. So consequently, we have two nuclear warheads currently orbiting in lower Earth orbit, or LEO, which are slated to make impact in Europe on the date of May 6th of 2023. So obviously, if London is target A, target B, and this is only conjecture, is most likely going to be Berlin, Germany. So essentially what the CIA is trying to do is trigger World War III with Russia. We already have one war going on in Ukraine since 2014, and then they plan on exporting this war globally for World War III. So, exactly when this particular nuclear event is planned is obviously not known. But it will most likely happen on the morning of May 6th or the evening of May 6th. And obviously this would kill King Charles, a majority of the royal family, and would obviously trigger World War III. This is evidently why U.S. President Joseph R. Biden is not attending the ceremony. He'll most likely die of a heart attack in the United States shortly thereafter. But his wife, Jill Biden, will be there. So this would obviously be an act of war. Obviously, Russia is not stupid enough to stage this type of attack. But so obviously it would be a false flag. This is evidently why Elon Musk, the owner of SpaceX, who's responsible for the rocket currently airborne, has an ongoing beef with Russia and their generals for providing Starlink communication satellites to Ukraine in the war, in the Russo-Ukrainian war. So in the event that this particular video thwarts this twin nuclear attack slated for the date of May 6th of 2023, it's highly likely that these twin rockets, which are airborne, will be used in some sort of a catastrophic earthquake attack, some sort of a nuclear tsunami, or some sort of electromagnetic pulse attack. And for the record, the date of May 6th marks the anniversary of the formation of the Swiss Guard. So this is essentially a de facto Swiss holiday. And this is who would obviously be responsible for this nuclear holocaust slated for the cities of London and Berlin. So like I mentioned, in the event that they forego this particular attack plot, it's highly likely that secondary cities would be chosen. If you follow my blog, 911truther.org, I've been writing about this Starship rocket since its launch. And the first city that was chosen was Seoul, South Korea. Then it went to Houston, Texas. Then it went to Kiev and Jerusalem. And now they're going to London and Berlin. So obviously some sort of apocalyptic nuclear event or natural disasters expected in the coming week. Obviously, because these rockets, I would guess, I'm not a aeronautics engineer, but I would venture to guess that they have a limited fuel supply. And the notion that the CIA would nuke London is nothing new. It was featured in the Telegraph, published a series of reports entitled Blackjack, where the city of London is nuked. So, Berlin has been slated for a nuclear attack since Russia withdrew their troops. So this is obviously, Berlin used to be under Soviet control, and so this would be touted in the media as a Russian offensive against the West. So obviously that can't be allowed to happen. So, and in the event that this particular nuclear terror plot is foiled, it's highly likely that the CIA will stage some sort of terror event, natural disaster, attack, bombing, etc., surrounding the coronation. A few days ago, somebody allegedly threw shotgun shells at, I believe it was Westminster Palace in London, which created an evacuation, which likely provided logistics cover for the impending attack. If Prince Charles is actually coronated and sworn in as the King of England, it would be a miracle, because they've been trying to kill him since the Queen died, because they would like to put Prince William on the throne. And so my guess is, in the event, my educated guess would be that in the event that Charles does in fact is coronated as the King of England, I would venture to guess that he will die under some sort of scenario within the calendar year of 2023. Just to a note I forgot to mention in respect to the nuclear attack on London by Russia, allegedly. Aside from the fact that the CIA has created this narrative that Russian submarines and the Navy are holding drills in the North Sea that are disturbing the fishermen of Ireland, the CIA just staged an attempted assassination against Putin by an alleged Ukrainian drone, which is laughable on its face, because in order to get a drone from Ukraine to Moscow, it's quite the distance. And from what I understand, unless it's a CIA drone like a Reaper or a Predator, I don't believe that the Ukrainian drones have that particular capability to travel that far. So in essence, what the CIA has done, and if you haven't seen the video, you should go onto YouTube and watch it, but a drone comes into the Kremlin and is blown up right before it hits, allegedly targeting, I guess it was going to target Putin's residence in Moscow. So this is designed to provide a timely motive for a Russian revenge attack. So the CIA will claim that Russia believed that the United Kingdom, MI5, MI6, or the United States or the Ukrainian government, which both the United States and the UK support, were behind the assassination, and so they'll say that this was Putin's revenge attack. So anyways, in respect to the coronation, because literally like millions of people are going to be lining the streets of London, some sort of a stampede, some sort of a mass panic, some sort of a terror event, possibly Islamic in nature. I've published a bunch of reports already regarding this particular date, but this is a really big moment, because I believe, and this is also only conjecture, but I believe that aside from the Super Bowl, which is the single most watched event, and as you know, was slated for a nuclear attack back in 2011. I believe that the coronation of King Charles will probably be the single most watched television event in modern history. And I don't have the numbers, but I would venture to guess that it's going to be in the hundreds of millions globally. So knowing that how the CIA operates, and knowing that they like to seize these opportunities, some sort of terror event is planned. Just, you can mark it down. If the event goes without incident, I would be absolutely shocked. So it could be King Charles suffering a heart attack, to one of the royal family members dying. It could be a lightning strike. It could be anything. But I don't believe that they're too greedy. The CIA is too greedy. And I don't believe that they would allow this particular date to pass without staging some sort of death event, some sort of blood sacrifice, some sort of terror event, because just because of the sheer numbers, and in the past, like during the Olympics and the World Cup and other events, they use the live telecast to stage events elsewhere. So, for example, if you have 1.2 billion people watching TV during the coronation of King Charles, then the CIA might stage like a nuclear attack in Sudan, or a Chinese invasion of the Suez Canal on the other side of the globe, or some sort of celebrity death, like a Michael Jackson or a Kobe Bryant level moment. So, or a Biden death event, a Biden resignation may also be in the card. So, what exactly is planned? There's a billion different scenarios that I won't go into, but we can expect something major to happen on the date of May 6th, while the world is watching. So in the event that anything out of the ordinary happens, I kindly ask that you download this video and share it with local, state, and federal police, military, and law and intelligence officials, as well as with local, national, and international media outlets. And let's make the anniversary of the Swiss Guard a peaceful one. Peace.